of course, I'm a big fan of practical effects and doing everything as much as possible live. But I had one scene where, in The Man Who Would Not Shake Hands, where a guy gets physically beaten to death. We paused between some of the shots to add more makeup and more blood and things like that to his face. But by the end of it, you can tell his skull's not crushed or anything like that. But there is a lot of blood and there's a lot of like bruising and dark, like great makeup artist, great job by the actors, everything like that. But it just doesn't quite, it's not 100%. So in post, I went through to make that worse.
Okay. And how did you make it worse in post?
I just kind of messed with the image a little because it was a little handheld. So there was a slight motion on it, but it wasn't a ton of motion. And you can add a lot more blood, a lot more bruising and shading. You can add sort of like almost a pushed bubble effect on it where the skull just looks a little bit
caved in.
Yeah, there's blatant missshaping of the bone structure as opposed to just blood on a perfectly whole human face.
Nice. So that's a good point. You weren't trying to make him all beat up and bloody and bruising.
No.
You were just accentuating.
Just trying to make it a little bit worse.